This video shows how to reserve and release and also manage the content of a server library in the Library Manager. Because the source library folder has been eliminated in ARCHICAD 20, users can now freely edit the content of the server library. Only the necessary access rights are needed on the server to manage the Library Content tab page of the Library Manager dialog, with the same functionality as in the standard version of ARCHICAD. Let's open the Library Manager and switch to the Content tab of one of the linked libraries. In our example, the Studio Library. If we select the root folder on the left, the Send and Receive button appears on the left side of the function buttons at the bottom. Among the function buttons, the Move and Delete buttons are inactive. All the others are active. For example, we can add a new folder to the selected library. Let's do this, so from the upcoming browser, select a folder from the hard drive and click OK. As you can see, the selected folder appears on the left and its content appears on the right, overridden in green. These folders and files become automatically reserved and editable. Let's select the root folder again and click Send and Receive. Subsequently, the new folder and its elements are shown with the green dot, meaning that they are editable and reserved by us. Select the root folder and click Send and Release All from the pop-up. Or select the uploaded folder and then click the Release button. Both commands release the folder with its content and make it available on the server for other team members. You can reserve the subfolders of normal linked library folders, and then you can edit its full content using the function buttons just as in a standard version of ARCHICAD. Note: you cannot reserve the content of the locked libraries, such as LCF container or PLA archive files. For these items, only the duplicate button is available. If you want to move a library item, the destination folder has to be reserved as well. Otherwise, the Move button becomes inactive. In addition, the drag and drop works only with the reserved and root folder as well. If you select one or more of the reserved items and click the Release button, an information dialog will appear. To release this item, you must first release the reserved folder. You can achieve this by clicking the Release Folder button. This means that if you reserve a folder, you cannot release its items individually. However, it is possible to reserve one or more elements as well. Let's select a couple of elements on the right and click the Reserve button. In this case, only the Duplicate, Move, and Delete buttons become active for these elements. If you select the root folder again, the following text appears instead of the reservation status. You have some reserved library items. Once you've finished editing the library content, it's recommended to execute the Send and Release All command from the pop-up to release all elements. Please also watch the ARCHICAD 20 Library Manager playlist to learn more about Library Manager improvements.